Brad's got a friend.
Of course we're doing the podcast. It's already recording, you guys.
Brad's got a friend. Brad's brought a friend.
Oh, his little
Hello,
pumpkin
friend.
man.
What's his name?
Or a squash?
Gord.
Oh, hello,
Gord.
Gord.
That's
Hey.
right. Smart.
Yeah, you look
Gord.
You look
So
a
to
healthy
protect
color.
the innocents, I'll be Brad tonight,
Okay.
and this is Gord.
Okay, I'm glad you brought somebody. It wasn't a +1 thing, but that's fine.
Everyone, well, everyone.
Okay.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another chaotic episode. We've got the group gathered together and 2 newbies. Hello, CJ and Scarlett. Sorry, 3 newbies and Brad.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Jen. Are
Hi.
we conscious enough? Oh, you said
Hello.
it this time.
Glad to be here. Huh? I'm glad to be here. Again.
Sasha,
Hello.
welcome back. You look good.
Ginger's here. But she's just not going to say anything.
Ginger.
I'll be Ginger tonight. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What? That was unnecessary.
Ginger, you're pulled to CJ, and I will get you for that.
Oh, Dax is here too.
Dax is here.
You literally won't get her.
Dax.
You won't get her.
Oh, we forgot Lee. I'm sorry.
Oh, he was
Hello,
here last
welcome
week.
back. Restaurant Peeves, we were gearing up just before, and Lee was smart enough to go wait for the podcast. So there's been some drama.
Oh, you
At
stole
work.
my funny up already. Fuck.
You still got some in you, I
I'm
know.
going to tap in somehow into
Do it, Jen.
I'm going to try, but I'm
away.
telling you right now, I recognize as I've been
like
speaking, I was like, I'm
some
using all my funny up right now.
What?
Oh, also before we really go into this, are the Yorkies also like an every night thing with the podcast?
Apparently.
Dude, she's got her apron on.
Can you
Like,
please?
beautiful.
I haven't had a Yorkie pudding in a decade.
So now I'm going to have to do it again.
Hey,
But it's
exactly.
funny because it seems like that's a special occasion, but I'm pretty sure I just made them for Dax last night and like the night before.
No,
Yeah.
listen.
And then Sam and Sienna showed up. They're like, we're coming down on Sunday. And I just made 12 Yorkies and was like,
Wait,
No, it was
did you
like-
say Sam and Sienna are coming?
no, they came down. They're like, we're going to come visit. And I just made 12 Yorkshire puddings.
Well, the
Which is
first
big
minute and a
for
half
Dax
in.
and I. I wasn't willing at that point to be like, give some
Oh
up.
my god.
Right?
Yeah.
I think
So I was
you're,
like, how
I
do
think
you
you're
tell
off
people?
topic.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I think you're
Anyways,
using-
This happens all the time.
I'm
All
really-
the time.
I'm
All the
just-
time.
Is this what podcasts are about?
it's
Do you know what? It's funny because I was like trying to do it all structured, and then we had this one on for 10 minutes, and people seem to love it.
So
So
it's best just to let it go.
it really is.
Gord, what
It
do you
really
think?
is.
I'm fine with half.
I love it. Yeah.
Wait, Derek, what was
So,
the original
like,
theme
how-
of last one? It was
You're welcome.
not supposed to be fly fishing in bars.
Okay, so yes, I do have to clarify that. That was not supposed to be the theme last weekend. However, hearing about Sasha's getting held by the legs and
What was
catching
it?
fish.
Do you want candy? I have Mentos.
No, I want those.
But
That's
I
the
have
only thing I
the
want.
Jen.
Mentos.
Okay,
Does Sasha's story
Want
from
those?
last week make
Hey,
sense
guys,
to
we
you?
need to
absolutely
go
not.
back.
No, okay.
Wow.
Please.
All
I
right.
don't want this one to be part 2.
Okay,
No, it doesn't have to be. No,
Like,
seriously, you
it
just...
was sentences strung together. making
Please,
sense.
please. I'm actually,
But
I can't.
I have no
handle
idea
this.
why we started talking about
I looked
Murray
at
and
this story
Murray,
on
and we're
Google
like,
Maps,
what
and
the
what
fuck?
you
And we're
find is that there's a barn,
like, and it was
and it's in a field, and there's people in it.
no,
and
there
there's
wasn't
nothing,
people in
no
it.
other
Holy
information.
shit.
But then she went fly fishing with her brothers holding her.
They threw her in the lake in a milk crate.
It's just
They threw her in
a
the
barn
Okay,
in
we
a
gotta
field.
stop.
Yeah, please. Okay.
Okay, so
No,
I,
Tom, we gotta stop.
I gotta say, Sasha looks at me and she's like, "You're the one that stirs all the shit up for the
They were talking
podcast." Of course I am. That's what a good host does.
That's your job.
That's my job.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. See, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Flavored
He gets
Mentos.
it.
I did.
Mhm, now you're talking.
I got you. Don't worry.
So, guys, new menu at work.
Here we go.
We have 2 people that busted their feet
Yeah.
at work.
I thought they were in the same incident, but it's
No.
2 separate incidents
No.
on the same night.
Do you know what I love, though? Could
What do
you
you love?
imagine pulling into your driveway after dropping people off, being the designated driver, and seeing some man just in your driveway with his
yeah.
leg off to one side? Like,
When I
could you
heard that story,
imagine?
the way that he said it, his leg was that cracks me up, man. But I knew exactly what he was saying.
You did, Guyan. So,
I know. Eat. Yeah.
you know what? You know what? The cat's out of the fucking bag already.
Okay.
It was the first
And then
minute,
we
whatever.
goes Diane. What are we calling the guy with the broken leg?
Bubba. Bubba.
Okay.
It's
Anyways.
Bubba.
Yeah, broke his leg.
But no, yeah. So Guyan tells,
Did you
he's
check
like,
Guyan?
yeah, his leg was whoop, and just so it,
So we went eat.
you know,
It was eat.
It was eat.
But yeah, he's like, I get home after dropping you guys off the marina, he goes, I pull into my driveway and there's some man sleeping in my driveway. He goes, I get out of my car and I realize it wasn't somebody sleeping. It was somebody with a leg.
I mean, Ahu, whatever, with a eep.
Yeah. And then my roommate,
Ahu.
my roommate
Yeah.
shattered his heel. Yeah.
Gord, are you
My
okay?
roommate shattered his
I hope
heel
he's not too
last
sensitive.
night too.
Is he okay?
Broke their leg
On the same driveway?
Or one of them broke their leg.
Gord?
No, at the house.
But
He wants a home?
At the same house?
No, at my place.
Talking about that.
His hair looks
But
great.
needless
I
to
don't
say,
think
the
he's like-
owner was like, "Oh, you
Hey,
created
I don't think
chaos
he needs
last
one.
night, woke everyone up." I'm like, "You leave me out of this. I was in bed by 12:30. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much."
And my ankles are fine.
Exactly.
It was a pre-broken bout.
Rude.
He just healed it, so it
Okay,
just broke.
no,
the
but
action.
I'm sorry. When you're that size,
Oh, no.
No.
I used to be that size. I can say that.
What size?
When you're-
I'm a certain
Ahu
size.
is gigantic.
When you're 400 pounds,
Who's Ahu?
Bubba.
Oh, Bubba.
Bubba, or whatever.
It's not gigantic.
when you're 400 pounds
Wait,
and
yeah,
have
it is.
gout, there's a level of caution that one must take
Yeah,
when walking, especially when you're drunk.
right.
Right? Like, Buddy almost
I'm
went
quite-
flying off of Guyan's
That he is the
Cliff.
cliff
That's
last
quite the
night.
cliff.
That is quite the. I wanted to fly off it just so I could go. Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Okay, update for those who cannot see. Derek just made a big gesture with his hands, knocked Jen's wine glass straight out of her hand all over the couch.
Oh.
My socks are wet. No.
Everything's wet.
Sasha's socks are wet now.
So,
I'm so sorry.
I'm feeling right now.
I know I'm soaking too.
Do we need to roll a
Closest,
d20
so
to
could you
recover?
describe a,
Wait, you know what I can do?
I am so sorry,
Wait,
Jen.
It's okay.
name it. I'll get it. Name it. What do you want?
Tea towel.
A
Wait,
wrench.
I can take 50 steps.
Hey, Ginger, that one was for you.
No, you can't just go get changed.
You
When
can't
don't
go get changed. Sit
you don't
down.
go get
Whoa,
changed. Sit the
okay,
fuck
okay.
down, lady.
Sometimes we have to be wet.
Okay.
I think I'm going to need some Yorkies to compensate for this.
We've already
She's
discussed
making
the
you
fact that I
Yorkies.
have
Were you
to do
not
that.
here?
Double
Apparently.
Yorkies.
Double.
Okay, but
No.
the thing with the two injuries, I thought they were part of the same incident.
Anyways.
My kind of best theory, I pictured them,
Anyways.
they were like,
Side
got in
talk.
a
No,
fight
yeah. What we're
and
talking
like broke
about.
each other. But
If you can get
that
in a
was
fight with
quite the
somebody,
image.
make a leg go eat
Body.
and shatter a heel.
What?
You're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I will say though, this is my claim to fame.
Yes, man.
I arm wrestled 4 people yesterday.
Mhm.
All of them. Big V. Like,
yeah?
I'll get you. I'll get you. I sat there and
I
I'm
don't know
like,
these code names.
how's it going? The guy's sitting there shaking. I'm like, you don't like the code names?
No, I'm
No, I do, but I just have a hard time knowing them.
I can tell you.
Okay,
Well, it's
he's
not
whispering
hard.
it to me.
It's not hard.
Well, yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, when you're stoned and fucking drunk.
Hey, are you calling me out on this podcast? Because I'm not. I'm super sober.
Oh yeah,
That's
super
super
sober.
That's him just
You say
making
that
fun of
now.
how sober I am and being sarcastic and mocking me.
For people that
Because
think
You
that,
just can't get on your
Projecting.
level. You just can't get on your level.
He's projecting.
Not, yeah, exactly. As men
It's
do.
fine.
As men do.
As
As
I
they
would
do.
not be this articulate.
Not to
lady.
assume, but like as they do.
hey, gay men and men are 2 totally different species.
Not. I'm sorry. I'm
Let's
Two
not
sorry.
get
totally
started
different
about the
I'm
species.
sorry.
Nope.
I'm from this city. Okay, I know how this works.
Honey, I'm from the city as well.
It's still the same.
Oh, you did not just one finger me.
I did.
What makes you silly?
I don't know.
So how do I put
We've
it this
never
way?
done
Oh, be gentle.
I
now.
live there.
Why?
It's different.
Because they're, you know.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
village people.
Right.
Sure.
Don't, like, you know, hurt them.
Sure.
They need to get up in the
Nobody.
morning and go to work.
It's all good.
It's
Don't worry about
okay.
it.
Everything is okay, guys.
I think they're calling out Boone Islanders.
No.
I lived in the city.
We
Are you
never.
saying we're country
People were
mixed?
far
You
less
are
witty
not
in the
the
city.
city.
This is the worst meeting I've ever been in.
I know.
Oh, this is
but
a
You
very
know what?
serious business meeting right
It honestly, everyone
get
says
better.
they're like it's chaos. It's the first podcast episode we released. I was like, oh my god, as I was editing it, I'm like,
we have a
this is
minute to interlude.
fucking ridiculous.
Do you want another mentor?
But it's also the best.
It up.
It's the best. It's
I
organic.
think you are.
Yeah.
I think you
I was
are.
And we got 1,000 subscribers in the
think you
first 2
are.
episodes.
And
Leave
so
it there for me.
I'm
and
just
I'll
gonna
get
let
to
it
decide.
rest.
I'm like, I'm just gonna give.
No,
You know?
life is
Is
chaos.
Is that what I think that is?
And
Mentos?
Can I have one?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they like the fruit?
Yeah. Do you guys want to get
yes,
in on
please.
that?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, we gotta start talking about some serious
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
else is contributing
That's what she
except
said.
these two.
Give me a
Okay,
little pause.
so restaurant.
It's gonna take a minute.
Look at your computer.
Okay.
Gotta
I'm
work
working
it.
today. I gotta
Oh
get
my
this
god,
fixed.
sorry, CJ.
Look at my jeans.
Did I put it in your hand? Yeah.
It's not the first time a
You
gay
look
man has
like
made
you
you
got
wet. Don't
waterboarded.
worry.
No.
Sorry. but
See,
you
the
do.
worst is she can't even deny it.
Jen, can you tell your... Are you not?
My story?
Speak your truth.
Oh, I don't know if that's
About milking the cows?
No, it's not on the topic of. Well, it did take place in a bar, so.
Do you know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, I put topics out there, but nobody... I mean, we got barn
This
tales
is,
and
you
fishing
know what?
stories
I'm-
last week.
You know,
So
I'm a little bit.
let's hear you jerking
now
off
that-
people in the bar.
No. Okay. Well.
Okay, that's my turn.
Maybe a
that's
little
not
too
my
soon.
turn.
Well, no, I have to do it. I have to do it because
Yeah,
when you
it's
do it, you
unfair.
have to act it out.
You got
Whatever.
this.
I went out with a bunch of girls from the Bowen pub once, and we all went and went out to this comedy club thing that our boss Glenn had bought us to, and we just got really. Oh no. Wait, how? This is explicit, right? I can say.
Yeah, it's explicit
We
content.
got, like,
Come on,
super
honey.
fucked up, like super high, and then we ended up
On
at
what?
Pumpjack's.
I
No, you
fucking
did
love
go to
pump
You
jacks.
didn't fucking end up there.
I have ended up there more times than you would
Guys,
ever imagined.
we need to put a just like a disclaimer on this story. It's
No,
it's
it's, you don't, because it's going to get worse than you think.
I
it is.
know it's gonna get
Hello,
a lot
everybody
worse.
from Pump Jacks on the
Because last
Junction.
time I went to
No,
Pump Jacks,
this is not going to be like people at Pump Jack. This is a promo. Shout out. You should pay me, Pump Jacks, because
For
this
real.
happened in your bar.
Okay.
Hey, you
All
should
right,
pay me
say
for
less.
having you on the podcast, you selfish bitch. Continue with your story.
But anyways, fucking Pump Jacks. I'm with, if anybody, I don't know if anybody, oh, actually Brad's probably, I was with Justine, Brianna, Iona,
You're gonna
Justine,
Wait.
Brianna, Iona, and Kelsey.
She wouldn't loan me her donkey.
Oh my god. And so we
She's
all
a
ended up
donkey.
Pump Jacks, and Liz Body. We're at Pump Jacks. Blah, blah, blah.
And Liz Body?
When
And
you're
Liz Body. It was an
112.
epic crew. It was an epic crew. It was insane. You know. Because you know. I don't know. Anyways,
When you went to
nuts.
school with Jesus Christ.
So
Blah, blah,
anyway,
blah. I'm going to speed it up. Speed it up. There. We're at Pump Jacks. Blah, blah, blah. I'm high off my fucking head.
As one
And-
does.
No surprise.
And every one of my friends at that time either decides to bail into the bathroom to do something or go smoke or something, and they just leave me sitting. You know, if anybody's been to Pump Jacks, the banquette seat
Oh,
in
yeah.
the back. So I'm sitting there.
Me last week.
I'm sitting there. no, but I'm sitting there. Yeah, what? Okay.
I'm just laying.
I'm sorry.
All right. So I'm
Okay,
sitting
go
there.
on.
I'm sitting there. And then, like,
Okay.
and everyone's gone, and it's been like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I just want to talk. Like, this sucks. And I look over, and there's this group of 3 guys, like, very, like, handsome-looking, friendly gay guys that are over, and they're kind of, like, smiling at me, and they're only, like, 1 seat away, so I, like, scooch right down, and I'm like, hey, guys, and I'm like, hey, and I just scooch right into a gay circle jerk.
No, you
Okay,
didn't.
circle jerk.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. Scooch
So,
right down.
I'm sorry. I feel like now I need to have context because
Pump
I
Jacks
just
is a
told
gay bar.
I just...
yes,
It's a gay bar.
Maybe
But-
the whole backstory.
I'm
That's
sitting
where it
here,
started.
and every time
Just
I
for
talk to
context,
people,
right here.
especially
Right.
straight
That was
males,
there a week ago,
Right.
and I
Should've
haven't
ended
I
been
got no
I
pump
haven't
jack
been
for the
okay.
junction.
I haven't
Bad?
been okay since.
Where?
Trying to
What?
come back around.
Like you were
okay.
what's pump
None of us
jacks?
have been okay.
The gay's gonna.
I look over to these two.
All right.
You know what?
I know that area. I know exactly
Video
what you're
games.
talking about.
It's
All right.
so
Yeah,
really
we
spent a
get it.
program and I-
keep going.
You get it.
Okay. Anyways,
Sarah's
scooch down.
nap.
Do you want to hear the
Last
rest of
night
it?
didn't-
Yes, I want to hear the
It's
rest.
almost over. Scooch
happened?
down, blah, blah, blah.
That's what he
Scooch
said.
in, and they're like, hey! And there's like 3 guys standing, just like jerking each other off.
Right.
There's obviously an uncompleted portion of this circle. So
Oh, God, you didn't
I
whip your
walk up,
beaver out,
when I
did you?
stand up next to them to talk, I don't realize, because it's kind of a dark lit bar,
No, you
that they are
jerk it.
jerking
You
each other
jerk it.
off.
Right.
And I come up, I'm like, hey guys, and they're all smiling, and then all of a sudden, this guy just like puts the other guy's dick in my hand.
As one does.
Okay.
As you do.
And so I'm like, what the fuck? The dick's
very
in my
gay.
hand. And then
So real.
they're
Right.
like, hey, we're a couple. And they just bust in the story. We're a couple.
As they
and
bust in.
we're just testing out this guy because he wants to come home and be our third, but we're just
Oh.
giving him a
Right.
test out.
Right.
And put his dick in my hand. So they're like, what do you think? and
Right? Just five of us testing gravity.
so I'm like, I give him a little, whatever, you know, hey, how's your uncle or whatever. And,
How was he?
and then they
Hey,
said,
how's your uncle? I am fucking using that now. How's your uncle?
anyway, so then they're like, oh, what do you think? And I was like, because I was hot, I was like, just took it pedantically. I was like, well, it seemed fine. It was heavy. And
Was he cut or uncut?
It had a little bit of girth. I couldn't really tell it was dark. I could just
please,
feel
honey, you know
what
if
the
there's skin or not on
girth
that.
and the width, right? I was like, it seemed okay. So I think that I gave this guy a pro bono, and I think they did all eventually go.
Oh, so girth and width are different things.
What the
Absolutely, they
I
fucking
couldn't-
are.
what the-
Absolutely,
no,
they
Brad,
are.
Brad.
No. Let the gay man explain you. Let me give him the explanation first, and then you can
Guys,
demonstrate.
we're all yelling. Nobody's listening.
Let's let the story begin. And
Girth and width.
Girth.
so we'll whiteboard this in 5
Girth
minutes.
is like
but go.
circumference.
Oh, this is
What? Girth, I couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell by the heaviness that it must have had some length. Unless it was a giant soup can, which it was not. It had good girth, but it was heavy, so it must have had some length as well.
But girth.
I couldn't tell it was dark.
But girth.
When you rubbed it,
Okay,
not width.
Girth, it's good.
No, girth and width are two
Alright,
separate
so
things.
back to
Jen.
this person whose
What's
name
that?
will not
Finish
be-
your story.
Okay, anyways, blah, 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 jerking their gays off. All my friends
She's not
show
allowed to
back
be
up to me in the bathroom. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just making friends. And I'm like, just I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm busy for
Kelsey
a
is like,
second.
Jen the Legend Lori. And the story was told amongst the peoples for fucking many years. Right?
It's gonna be like the
legend still
Egyptians,
goes
there's
on. I told it at
hieroglyphics in the
Doc's,
fucking
and
bathroom.
like,
Oh my God.
Colum didn't sit at the bar for 2 weeks after he heard that story. Remember?
Yes.
He was very offended by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's hieroglyphics still.
Oh, yeah. No,
And pumpjack.
it's
This woman with two dicks in her
literally.
hand.
There's a few things about me that are like, oh, and it's German Jen is one of them, and gay circle jerk Jen is another legend.
So, to answer your question,
amongst my friends forever.
with
they're
girth
like,
and
"Remember
width.
that time You're in a gay circle jerk?"
girth
Of course
is
I
from the base to halfway.
Yeah.
Width is the tip.
What?
Your girth and your width, and
Whip?
as a former paramedic,
I don't know.
your girth and your width
Yeah.
can be two totally different sizes.
So like,
I
you
didn't
have
know you were a
to
fan,
like,
right?
okay, for instance.
What do you mean? So your dick is
And I also
as bad
didn't
as
know that
yours?
about girth and width. Good to know.
Because listen, you might have the width
No,
that
it's
fits
true.
in the vagina
Girth and
first,
width.
but then the
Your
girth, you
girth
get that shit, and then you're like, whoa,
is from
that's
your
not what it is,
balls
right?
to halfway
So
up
it's
your
no
dick.
different.
Yes,
All right,
it is.
so
Girth is like your head.
so
Like,
girth
this is-
so
No.
girth is down here.
Girth? Do you know what
It's
girth
here.
fucking means?
This
I'm
is
gonna
your
Google
cock.
it right the fuck now.
Hey,
I know I'm
This
Dax.
is your
Well,
tip.
that's not
Take
my
your pants
fault.
off.
This is your
I
cock.
wanna demonstrate.
This is your fucking
No,
cock. This is
don't.
your cock. This is your vagina. From here to like 3/4 is
I love how Lily
And
wants
then
to
from
do that.
there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what point I'm talking
Right.
about.
So that's confusing because that's got
No, he's
both
saying girth
the
is at
same
the base
girth
and width is
as
at
the
But
tip.
it doesn't.
It
It's
doesn't.
different. It's different.
Your tip?
It's
No,
different.
but this does.
No, but this
does.
is
So it's a
I
really bad example.
know it's all I have right now.
Oh, yeah, your phone is.
I'm like, fuck, I told you this pumpkin, but it's not.
Girth is
And
just
if
a
she
word
has
in and
width-
of its own.
Also, I think you want to
So that's a lot
I am
of
right.
little
No,
girth.
you
Dax?
it depends on the context.
Okay, we're not.
This is the tip.
Where's the body?
Class.
Where's the body?
Seriously?
Girth is not specific to penises.
Like,
What
Girth
do you?
is specific to everything.
I'm
Fucking
girth.
that pillow
So
has
okay.
girth. It's
You
fucking
have
big.
girth. We all have
Can you
girth.
Oh my
explain
God.
there? I'm trying to with the pumpkin, but it's not working.
If I take my shaft and I hold it
Oh
in my
my God.
hand
No.
and I slowly slide to the tip,
All right.
I will have to increase
So
my
here's
grip.
a wine
Okay,
bottle.
we gotta
This is
stop.
your
Example.
girth, and this
that's
is
your
your
width. Yes.
Assuming this is attached to the body.
No, no.
Okay. It's like that. Let me demonstrate. Okay.
hold it.
There's your girth.
The cock is up against his body.
We have to stop.
There's your
The
width.
wine bottle lid just popped off.
How are you
Everywhere.
What are we talking about?
Your penis jerking
Cock
off.
sizes.
I was just telling a wholesome story about jerking some
That
ladies off
wasn't.
in a bar.
Listen.
I was trying to help them out.
We need to sit
It was
down
fucking
and
a
drink.
friendly
Okay.
thing that I did.
So Leland just,
many.
Lee just gave me the episode title,
We
and
have
it's
to
going to be
stop.
Pumpjack Hieroglyphics. Like Jen,
Yeah.
this is, yeah. So now that we've heard Jen's jerk off at pumpjack, which
It
how
was
you ended
a
up jerking off cavemen
humanitarian
is
thing
beyond
that we did.
me.
It was friendly and it was nice, and I was just trying to help.
It always
How does
starts
she
off
end up
right.
in these situations?
Yeah, so
What?
I took a really funny photo.
That's what I want to know.
Do you know how I end up in these situations usually? My gays. Chris and
I'll show you
David,
this.
they put me
Show
in
me.
these situations all the time.
Chris
Let's
and David.
go Pumpjacks. You should make out with that butch lesbian while we make out with these fucking bartenders.
Those are the
And I'm
guys
like,
that
Chris.
like
Okay.
next to my.
Chris and David, we need to get together and take this one out.
No, that's too scary. I can't.
No,
Both of
no,
them
that's
are
not.
terrifying. I can't
Oh,
do it.
grow a set of balls. You already jerked them off. You might as well grow a set.
Not Chris and David. I would never. Just some random gays.
I'm not saying them.
I don't have to see them again.
Fucking dirty.
I didn't even see them in the first place. It was dark. It was just dicks and hands.
Okay, but Jen,
Fuck.
Jen was doing quality control.
I was helping
he
some
was giving a
strangers out
recommendation.
in a situation that they were unsure of.
Absolutely.
And they needed a third opinion.
how do you walk
And
into
I
a
needed
dark
to
room and
talk
not
to
see
somebody.
this?
I needed to talk to somebody.
I think it's
Yeah, that's what happens. Like,
Poor Lee is drunk right now. Look at him. He's like, oh my god, get me out of here.
Yeah.
way. Like,
No.
I'm having a blast. This is the way that works.
it was a win-win.
What's the
They got
what's the
advice.
topic?
And you got
I think-
funny.
Okay.
It was restaurant peas.
Reset.
And I've tried
Reset.
to
Hey, can
like.
I tell you a crazy bar story?
Let's hear it.
CJ, you already know the story.
I was
you
talking
agree
about a
with me.
restaurant when I did it. Pumpjack's was.
It is a bit traumatizing.
No, it
Just
doesn't.
brace
Yeah,
yourself.
when
Doesn't serve food.
It is.
CJ's like, fuck. Okay, so like
this slug
ages
is
ago,
Tail of Panic,
I was I need to finish Twins Mentos, but it's a good story.
What? I can't.
See, just a disclaimer here. Because somebody, CJ, didn't show up last week, I was like, this episode, not only is it going to be about restaurant peeves, but yeah,
so
brace for impact, man.
basically, in the wee hours of February, I decided to go drinking with my ex and his
So we
friends.
have to wait February.
In February, and I decided to go drink with my ex and his friends. That night, we got really drunk. My best friend and his best friend decided to
Step it up
just
and be.
fuck in the bar,
Very
just
fucking-
on the side, just straight up, like Shawty's getting punani eaten. Okay,
Punani. I love it. That's my turn too.
On the bar, on the bar, like side booth thing.
Fucking little.
I go into the bathroom
Oh, that'd be a
drunkenly,
disaster.
hook up with my ex randomly.
As one does.
Then I decide to go home with his friend.
As one does.
When is this?
This is like a year ago.
It was bald too.
Well, this is not my best moment, but it's a good story. Anyway, so I decided to go home with this friend, and I decided to go listen to, like, my band by, like, D12. Like, these chicks don't even know the name of my band. And they all love me like they want, you know? So I'm, like, drunk, high, like, fucked off my ass. Like, just gone. I'm in another galaxy. I don't even know my name.
Two
Okay?
dicks, one
Don't know
test,
where I
two
went.
thumbs.
Honda beer.
And I decided that's a good night to get pregnant.
Oh.
So, to that song...
Oh, it's this story.
Yeah, CJ's like fucking
CJ's
gone.
like, I know this story.
CJ's like, I had to come take care of your ass while you were pregnant, dumb bitch. So, dead ass in his head, he's like, this fucking bitch. Like, straight
So
up.
CJ I
heard where this
Shorty
was going.
calls me and is like, I'm dying. But no, dead ass, my dumb ass decided to do that one night, and that was a lot. And then I got sober. Okay, then I got sober, and I chilled, and I was a goodie. But
So see,
yeah.
Lee, this is what your sober era does to you.
Yeah, so that's
This.
what happens after.
Right
so
here.
I was
So you're
sober,
trying to
and
get
About a
pregnant?
pregnancy.
then
Lee's gonna get pregnant.
You
It's
know,
gonna
we don't
happen.
discriminate here. CJ,
Yep.
I'm putting you on the fucking spot,
oh
motherfucker.
god,
I'm
You didn't
on
show
spot.
up last week. Why?
that was my fault.
That's what you're
That's
putting on
true.
the
My
spot
fault.
about?
My fault.
true.
I wanted to seduce him,
Did it
and
work?
yes,
Okay.
and
That's the reason.
I decided
Power
to
of
do that.
I have some.
And I thought that was a better idea for his life choices. I thought that would lead him to a more direct path to manhood. I thought that would really establish him.
Well, you know,
In
sometimes
the
a man just needs
workforce.
some good hook ta, right?
Exactly.
There we go.
No, and then I decided we should also get really drunk off Bacardi, because why not?
Bacardi.
Why
Oh,
not?
that was Bronson's
I
idea.
paid for it.
That's true.
I paid for it. It was still me.
Sasha,
I said,
Whoa.
Yeah, you. I told you, if you don't talk, you don't get any Yorkies.
Sasha,
Well,
I might have to
tell
start
us your
making
gay
the
bar
rest
story.
Stop talking.
My gay bar.
Tell us about you jerking off gay guys.
That was me.
I didn't do that.
Okay, so I gotta ask, because I was chuckling so hard today about the story you were telling me with a certain management and hearing about menu items. The new menu. You guys had a tasting.
Oh yeah, this
Yesterday.
This is about the new menu.
It is about the new menu. I'm bringing the restaurant back into it because...
Not because I didn't like it. But I was like...
New menu.
The first,
What do you
2
guys
hours,
think
it's
of the
like,
new
this
menu?
is awesome.
Okay,
We're tasting food. And after hour 3,
What?
I was like,
It's
I
interesting.
need
I have my thoughts.
Fuck's
So I'm
happening?
coming
It's
on
like-
Sunday and I've never eaten.
A lot of good
so-
stuff,
can't.
but
The
a
boat,
lot
babe.
of the prices are like quite high.
Yeah.
Okay, so you noticed that too. So I noticed we went from like average plate size of like 25 to 30 bucks
Yeah,
to now we're hitting 35 to 51
yeah,
fucking dollars.
yeah. And okay, the
How much
thing
is
is
it?
though, is the food is like
Sticky
really
toffee
good.
pudding.
Yeah.
It is.
Try
And it's
them.
also
Buttermilk
pretty
butter.
big portion size
Right?
for the most part.
So like, part of me is like, yeah, the price tags are justified, but there's also that part of me where it's kind of
It's
like,
just not
It's
feasible.
not-
exactly
They
right.
ask
It
for
gets to the point
water.
where it's like no matter
They
how
rinse
good the
their mouth
food
with
is, like
water.
you're paying
Yeah.
$34.
Like, personally, for me, I would go somewhere else, even though the food is great. I really like it.
Yeah.
What,
I think it's just too expensive.
pisses me off is like kitchen guys, we eat free. Right? We're there all fucking day.
Of course.
We eat free.
Girls are like,
Now, chef
It
has
was
come
really
back,
good until we got to the whipped cream.
and it's like you can't have Red Bulls anymore.
They did not like it.
I'm like, excuse me, but I work 10-hour days.
You have to pay.
I'm having a fucking... yeah, we have to pay.
Sweet, all the way.
$6
taste this.
Yeah.
$6
for a can of Red Bull.
Dude, that thing cost them like...
Then they went
Yeah,
back,
no, they fucked it
and
up.
they're like,
That-
all the large
the
plate
bone
items
marrow
on the
butter was
menu,
supposed to be what it
you
Yeah.
get no discount on a staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into the cake or something, right?
So, okay, great. If I want to have... What do you think about this? If I want to have ribs, or sorry,
So if you ask me what I think about this, I think the stories about gay bars were more interesting.
they definitely... I mean, anything with Jen is
way more
interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, let's not inflate her
No, it's
ego.
already inflated enough.
Too
It's
much,
fine. You can't
but-
inflate it more.
But anyways, this is about
But no, if you owned a restaurant,
yeah.
right, and you brought a new menu in, you upped your prices a little bit, would you as an
You'd have to
owner
take a sec-
sit there and go, this one particular spot on the menu, you get no discounts on, you pay full price? I personally don't think that's fair. What's the difference between a $35 chicken meal and a $50 rib meal?
That's mine.
Right. On top of that, now we don't get Gatorades for free. We don't get Red Bulls for free. I'm like, at this point, we might as well start paying for our pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel. What do you guys think? Because I know.
Wait, we don't get free Red Bulls?
No. That's gone.
I think the Red Bull improves the function of the restaurant more than the cost of the Red Bull costs.
But we don't sell the Red Bull at the restaurant. That's what pisses me off.
Oh, dude,
We
what
do
do
not
you think
sell
is
it
gonna happen
at
with
the
the Red Bull?
restaurant.
Yeah.
So why are we ordering? If you want to pay for it, why the fuck are you ordering it?
Yeah.
If we don't serve it at the restaurant.
That's true. It's used in like one cocktail a while ago, but I don't think they even still do that one.
Dude, I went
I thought they ordered it for us with the Gatorade.
to the gift shop. No Red Bull. I went to the hot dog stand. Guess what? No Red Bull. I looked behind the bar. Guess what?
Highly abused though.
No Red Bull. So if we're not selling it, why are we ordering it
That's a good point.
in?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I ran a resort for a year and a half.
I think something strange is afoot at Circle K.
Yeah.
I agree. No,
At the
it's
Circle K.
it's really the weird waves of change because new people have come in, menus have changed, but now all these
That was from a movie?
things. Jen, the Milk Club. Now they have to pay to drink milk.
Yeah, that's
Wait, say
horrible.
milk?
That's terrible.
Oh, Tara,
Right?
It never happens though. I've
It's-
never seen
it's
anyone
just-
pay to drink
it's
the milk.
very
They still
for
drink
me.
it anyways, and then the road gets
Right?
changed.
Like I said,
I don't
ran my
pay
own
to drink
resort.
milk.
Yeah.
The only thing,
I also
the
My
do not-
staff didn't pay for
thing
shit.
that we have milk for, which is kids' milk.
You guys work 12-hour
is
days.
free. It's 0 to
Have as much pop as you want, have as much Red Bull as you want, you know.
I look
Anyways,
at the
yeah.
camera while I'm talking.
So having somebody new come in,
a fresh squeezed orange juice instead, because that's what it'll do.
we've already lost 3 people in the kitchen. We just lost a dishwasher because of it.
Because
Where do you draw the line?
there is no
CJ Scarlett.
milk button.
You must not be leaving.
I'm going to the washing.
You know what I mean? Like,
AJ won't leave me. Even if you want
I don't know. Like, it's bad enough for you guys too as servers
Because
and
I wanted
expos.
to. I would be interested.
Who
And
have to
also,
come in
I'm
and
not
pay $51
like
if you want to
I
fucking
like that sort of shit. What are
play
the
the
steps
food.
that you would
Yeah.
take for him
I mean,
not to leave?
yeah, I'm grateful at least for the discount for
I
us
don't want to
items.
take down because I like it.
But as for like,
yeah,
as for
like, he was
drinks
like,
and stuff,
he just said,
the milk is kind
he
of
won't
lost for
leave
me. I don't
me,
know. I kind
but
of just
even if he
drink
did,
water.
he couldn't.
So I'd
And I would like, I would say that about Jack.
the worst thing about like
No,
for other
like,
people, I can see
try
how
it.
it's
Wouldn't
like.
you like just like?
I mean, just the whole
That's like
thing in
very-
general
yeah,
is ridiculous
take
of how
it
we
from
get
me.
shipped in.
I'm
We don't use
literally
anything
here.
except for like why is it even there if we're not able to drink?
I get it. You're paying shipping fees.
Yeah.
It
Take
happens.
his knee out. Right, you don't want to hurt them
You're
all.
too fucking quiet today. We got barnyard tales and fishing stories last week.
It's gonna
Give me a story, Sasha.
I don't know.
Come
I
on.
don't have one
Come on,
right
give
now.
me a story. You have to have a rant. We all were sitting here prior to recording about to go off. So,
Sorry.
come
I don't have
on.
anything right now.
Jen, why are you German, Jen?
I
Oh.
don't understand the
Oh,
joke.
Let's
Like,
hear
I
it.
did the circle jerk story.
Is this
Like,
a
how can you
Bratwurst
do the fucking-
story?
Well, this one and this one are contributing.
I thought went maybe that way, girth that way.
Yeah,
but-
don't
But
get back
also-
on this again.
No,
You guys are just stuck on. Did you just go measure yourself?
No.
no. I know.
It's like okay.
No, I have.
Jen,
Because,
Yeah.
okay.
why are you German, Jen?
That's the thing I have.
Oh, do we have to do German?
Yes,
too?
we do. You
This
brought
is
it up.
This
You're gonna talk
podcast?
about it.
Again.
No, it's not the podcast. We're just
Hey,
sitting here
Jen,
talking
if I
shit.
wanted to go have a cigarette outside, how would I get back in?
What you
You
gotta
have
do?
to go right just over that way, like this
Okay.
way, so you don't have to go downstairs,
Okay.
out the door. And just,
Open the door.
there's a little thing that you can
It's a-
prop the
it's-
door open
it's a
so you can come
concrete
back
brick.
in. And you don't have to do stairs.
Okay.
Really? I used my cigarette pack the
It's
last
a
time.
concrete brick. It's like 6x4x4.
Oh my god.
I'll just
You know
be
what?
like CJ.
Before, when you were
How
like,
is
I'm
it you
gonna
can
give
get the
a measurement,
accurate
I was like, I don't want
measurement
any
of
right now.
that, but you
You're
don't
You're like,
understand
"Are you gonna
width
put
and
one there for
girth?
you?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
and at first I was like,
So that's not fair.
but now, I'm like,
You and I are the
The whole
same. You
width
just don't
and
know it
girth
yet.
thing.
yeah.
You just
Like,
don't know
that's
it
not-
yet.
It may not be
Yeah, I
fair,
know
but
it,
it's
'cause
true.
CJ told me.
I've been.
Okay,
Jen,
so
we
there
best
are
friends.
many of us hetero guys
I like to say
that
less.
did not
Yeah,
I
know
live
that
on
there was
Bowen
a
now.
difference between
There is.
Never believe it.
Honest, hand to God.
Dude,
right?
the city's wild
Um,
right now.
German Jen,
German
come
Jen. Oh, here we go again.
Yes, here we go again.
It was about, oh no, Dax, I'm sorry.
A long, long time ago in a
I'm
land.
chewing a Mento as
I
well.
can still remember one.
I'm chewing a Mento, so
We're doing a
it
mental.
might sound like
Like a gurgling
I'm not
baby.
speaking properly, but.
Well, that's probably what it sounded like when you hucked Todd too.
Well, it's hard to explain because people never get this when I tell this story.
What?
They don't, unless
We
you-
didn't get Sasha's barn tale
I
last.
know you
Kidding.
got to witness it. You understood.
Yeah.
Nobody else here would understand.
Do you want Yorkies?
You've heard the German Jen story.
No.
Okay, maybe like 5-6 years ago. Yeah, kids were like 6 and 8.
Yeah.
I was over at Matt Smith's house. It was just before Thanksgiving, and I was supposed to cook this like crazy Thanksgiving dinner the next night at Chris and David's. My gays,
Yeah, we know who your gays
who
are. You don't have
been
to say your
involved
gays.
in many of these disastrous stories. And everyone's sitting around the fire, and they're like, "Hey, like let's do some MDMA." And like I just always know I'm no straight. Look, see, every
That's-
person who's dancing this is just like fucking.
Okay, back to the story.
Okay. I was just not my thing. I've done a
dishes.
shit ton of drugs in my life. I'm
Such
not
a Dory.
like every single thing ever. But MDMA was just like, and I do it because my friends were doing it, but it just wasn't my thing. It would just make me quiet, and I wouldn't talk. And I wouldn't be having a bad time or a good time. It was just like my friends didn't have a good time with me because they were like, she's not talking a lot. So it was a joke.
Right.
Anyways, this one time I did it. I started talking as a joke in a German accent.
Hello.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Germans are coming. The Germans are
No.
coming.
You
No.
know what? And this starts as a funny story, but then it gets
Like
scary.
Germans.
It gets scary. It does.
You
It
like
starts funny.
Germans too.
You
All right.
must not talk about the Germans.
Yeah, go on.
Continue.
Oh, and then we can bring out the trophy as the proof. But not yet.
Oh, God.
Not
We don't
yet.
need to see the trophy.
Anyways, I started speaking in a German accent that night.
As one does.
And I did not stop for 5 fucking weeks.
What?
And when I say didn't stop,
She's not
I don't
kidding.
mean like when I was
That's why I
out
drove
or
to
around
town and
people
had this
or
trophy
anything.
made for her,
I went
which
to
is
work
in the
the
next
fucking
room.
next day. No, I had to cook a Thanksgiving dinner. That's right.
She
And
likes
people
her
came
arms.
over, and most of the people I knew.
Jen,
Okay.
I love how you're like, I won't stop. And then I had to go make dinner.
Okay.
No, I did. And so I made the kids dinner at Chris and David's. And the only people coming were Kelsey and her boyfriend from, like... Okay, but you're going to miss this. Do you want to wait on this 10-minute story?
Okay,
Because you're going to die.
She's done the Hitler hail
You're
3
going to
times
die
already.
because this was ridiculous. And only Dax is the only living person here that I think witnessed this. Anyways, story speaking. Cooking this dinner. All my friends come over, but there's a couple random. Silas was there. She came over. She was new. I was speaking in German accent the whole time. It only took maybe 2 or 3 hours for my friends to realize, because Matt came with me, and I started it at his house, and he was like, "Yeah, no, it hasn't stopped in like 18 hours.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
So
Not stopped.
Right?
Not for a second. Not for
Didn't
on the
change.
phone, not for talking to my kids, not for talking to my mom, not for talking to Ben, not for going to
It
work.
was just fully ingrained.
Like, no, I could not stop. And I worked at the pub, and Glenn was like, "What the fuck?" Like, the first day, he was like, "Okay." She's like, "Oh, that's funny." Second day, it started to get so insane that people are like, "What is going on?" And I started to freak out.
bro.
And my kids, who were only like 4 and 6, thought it was fucking hilarious. So they were like, "Haha, we have a German accent too." No, that was theirs. Theirs sucked. Mine was awesome. Well, it wasn't awesome at first, but after like 3 or 4 weeks, it's fucking gold. I can't even tell you. Anyways, it got so bad that I started Googling it, because I was like, I thought in a German accent.
Oh
I'd be
my
like
God.
in the bathroom and be like, "There's a shampoo. I can't find this." There's a finish. I texted in German accent retardedly. I'd be like, "We're going to the party." I couldn't stop. My ex-husband thought I was absolutely mental. He wanted to have me committed. My mom, my boss, I'd pick up the phone at the pub to be like, for takeout, and be like, "Man, there's a ball pop." And people would be like, "What the fuck?" And I would be like, "We just have to accept her now. Like, this is it." It's been like 3 weeks. So I Google it. And there's this, like, history of people who have had, like, a woman who, like, just like a year before had a stroke and, like, came to with a French accent that she still had a year later. And somebody was in a car accident and woke up with a southern accent from Germany or something, and they still had it.
But
so I was like, okay,
drinks
this kind of
too
happened,
much.
and I was putting it together, and I was
Wakes up with
like,
that.
whatever MDMA I did that night fucking triggered something in my brain.
There it is
So this
now.
was like week 3 or 4 that I started to put this together. In the meantime, we had based an entire Halloween costume around my German accent.
Oh my God, Kate, now I gotta ask, what was your Halloween costume?
The German sparkle party.
It's a sparkle.
Is that
I have
German
pictures.
sparkle party?
I have pictures, which was an actual German EDM band that had one hit. And it was them all. I'm gonna have to show you the fucking video. of the
Why
pictures
am
now.
I getting
It was
pitch
all of them
perfect
going around to
dust?
houses, and they'd be like, "Ons." And like people would open the door, and they'd be like, "You want to party?" So it was me and my
Dax,
boys.
I am so sorry if the German accent comes up
No,
again.
their
No,
house
it's
was
fine.
the first house we went to. Blah blah blah. So 3 or 4 weeks in, and we'd gone to Whistler too, and Chris and David made me pretend that I was German to like reel in dudes for them for a long time, and we got like real sweet deals on drugs and like getting into bars, because people at that point, week 4, I was on point German. Like it was ridiculous. Like German people.
I'm sure people were terrified of
out
you.
of control. Yeah.
Especially
And so then I was starting to get kind of worried. But then at week 5, it just sort of started
Tapered
to
off.
taper off. And in the space of a week, I remember the first day that I suddenly like thought something not in German or said something. I'd be like, "Oh, hello, well, welcome." And I was like, "Oh."
So
Wait.
5 weeks.
We're back.
So it's just
5
a
weeks.
virus.
And anybody you know who lived through that period that they still do call the German Gen period, like all my friends know. All my fucking friends know. You can ask anybody
So, Jen.
about the German Gen period. They all like to exaggerate it and be like, oh, it was like 6 months. And I was like, it was 5 weeks. And like, oh, no. And I'm like, do you not think I know how fucking long it was that
But
I
do
had
you?
a fucking
Because
German
everyone else
accent?
had to suffer. It's
No,
like being dead.
and some people did, and some people were
We
like,
don't
"Oh my
know,
god,
but
we want
everyone
it to
else
end."
knows.
And then I have some friends, like Kelsey, and a few who are like, still 5 or 6 years later, like German Gen was so much better.
They're
Like,
making it-
oh my God. Kelsey all the time is like.
I'm going to come to your defense right now, Sasha.
When was
And
it?
anytime I go out
She
with
asked
her, when we
Ginger,
went
what
to a
happened
Soyuz
to
or
you last
anything, she'd be
week?
like,
She
"Can
asked
you
you
be
what
German
happened to
Gen
you."
again?" And I'm like, I
My
didn't
turn.
want that. Like, I didn't.
When was it?
Hey, Jen.
It was about 6 years ago, I think.
The question you asked Sasha and Ginger last
What?
week. What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah,
you need
exactly.
to talk.
No, but like, oh,
There's
about the German?
psychiatrists that you can
Oh
call.
no! Here's the best end of the story. About a year later, my son Lucas, who's like 8 at the time, a kid moves
pulled
into
a
his
Ginger.
class who just moved from Austria,
Yeah.
named Yuri, and he goes for a sleepover at his house for the first time. And I go to pick him up the next morning, and the parents were like kind of all weird, and they're like, "Yeah." They were speaking German, and Lucas had been like, "Hey, what language is that your parents are speaking?" And Yurick had said, "German." And he had gone, my son, who was 8, had gone, "Oh, yeah, my mom was German once."
Uh-oh.
And they said, "Oh, you mean your mom's German?" And he said, no, just for a little while. So when I went to go pick him up, I had to fucking explain to them because they're like, "What was that about?" And luckily, they were the fun Germans that had like lived in Amsterdam. Like they had moved here, and I'm still friends with them forever afterward. And I was like, it's gonna be. I could tell right away. I was like, "You guys, they're from Amsterdam. You guys." I was like, "Yeah, I did some bad Molly and stuff." So I was like, "That's hilarious!" Like they thought it was super funny. How else do you explain that?
You three might know the show, Faulty Towers.
I love
Yes!
that show.
All right.
It's
Love
like
that show.
maybe the best show in the history of the universe.
I was watching it.
Absolutely love
I
it.
was-
Okay, no, some others do have them, and Blackadder does top Faulty Towers, but it's a close third.
I don't think anyone here sort of Danger 5.
I was
I have-
Tell me about
watching.
Danger 5.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
We'll
watching
get into
Faulty
that.
Towers with my ex,
Oh no.
and there's an episode where
No.
John Cleese
There's
gets
only 2
Germans coming in.
seasons.
Yes.
There's
And
only
he
2
goes,
seasons.
"Oh, we must not talk about the Germans. The Germans
Oh
are
my
coming. The
God.
Germans are coming." Da, 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 da. We had German renters at the time. So I am trying to demonstrate my best German accent for them. As the renters are coming up, I'm walking around the living. The Germans are coming. The Germans are coming. Da, 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 da.
Oh my god.
Same kind of conversation that Jen had. Very embarrassing. And I know I got chicken hair going. Don't look at me like that.
No, we're
Yeah,
just
we-
Sasha's giving me a CJ look right now.
I'm
Just,
not. What the fuck?
Wait, since when is that CJ?
dude, you look like you're perma
I
fried.
wasn't doing that.
I have literally
That's
seen
not the first
CJ.
time I've got
I have literally seen CJ on the line, and he's like, on the iPad. I'm like, is that what you're looking for? Oh. You get 2 emotions with CJ, laughing or angry, that's it.
I've never seen an angry CJ.
What?
I've only seen an annoyed CJ, and it was
Oh,
like
just
an
hang
angry
out with me
teddy
and
bear.
CJ now. You'll see a pissed off CJ pretty quick. It takes me about like 6 hours, I'd say, to piss CJ off with him.
And look at that, guys. We're at our time.
Yeah.
Next podcast.
Huh?
Maybe I'll bring edibles.
Do you want some? I have a little bit. But you
Give
can
the
never tell
man
your
an
mom.
edible.
You can never tell your mom.
I want to see you
Oh,
get
I want
stoned.
to get off of the weed then.
Well, you can have the weed pen. There you go. I have a bajillion
Buy
edibles
extras,
and weed
so-
pen.
Yeah, so
I'm mostly a strictly marijuana consuming
Yeah.
person.
So when
I
you-
try to
is
be
this one
mostly.
Right here? You see this one? There you go.
I don't like to
I've
drink.
never
very
actually-
much.
Have you ever smoked weed before? What the
I've
hell is
smoked
wrong with
weed.
you?
I
Oh
don't
my
smoke
god.
that.
You should never. They're bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Should I
just
put
hold
an
this.
apron on?
I love how. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
see? There we go. The apron's going on. That means Yorkies are being made.
So start inhaling, and then press the button, and then keep inhaling, and then let go of the button, and you keep inhaling.
And just keep holding the button until you.
Oh, it's flavored.
Well, yeah, of
It's,
course it's flavored.
It's like
If you cough, it's okay. Don't worry.
no, it's not. Okay.
Oh,
God, you're
no.
gonna die.
Everybody
Alright.
coughs.
What are you guys sidebarring about here?
Oh, we're talking about
both very quiet. It's insane. Like, no, really.
You guys are going to have to speak up so that the phone can catch.
Normally when I'm trying to talk by
We're already recording, by the way.
Hear you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I jumped on the recording like
No, you didn't.
a hot
You know how many
2
times
minutes
I
ago.
showed you anybody who's been here before with mute? You know how obsessed I am with mute? This is this fucking EDM brass band from Austria.
And now we're
That
going to...
fucking thing.
I like the remote.
I
and
just
you're
have
trying
I'll
to
do
turn
the
up the
quick
volume.
story about it. Anyways, obsessed. Saw them in Austria like 20 years ago. And then started following them here. They're amazing. And they're coming to the Commodore. It's the first time they've ever been out of Europe ever.
Come see them?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I literally am absolutely, and anybody who's been here more than once.
Welcome back to another episode of Uncomfortable Much with your host, Drock. Get ready to grab your wine and get uncomfortable. This podcast contains mature subject matter, coarse language, and content that may be triggering for some listeners. This podcast is intended for listeners 18 plus. Check us out at www.uncomfortablemuch.ca and register with us to become a member and get access to uncut, unfiltered extras in all of our recordings and your chance to get merch.